This is the campus of the University of Twente, with many buildings and plenty of stories. Throughout history, a lot has happened here, and we will uncover these untold stories and report them to you. What do you know about this building? It's been empty for a very long time, and it has housed multiple parties, and it's been here for a very, very long time. Well, it's called the Langezijds, and in the upcoming video we're going to talk about the past, the present, and the future. Let's start with the past. Let's go back to 1968, the year in which the construction of this building was completed, and when the University of Twente was still small and young, when it was still called the THT. It was also the year in which the chemical engineering department moved from the Holland complex to this new building, where they would stay for 35 years and do groundbreaking chemical engineering. It would also be the home of this guy, Andries Groenink. He has shared a lot of his stories in the last 34 years that he worked here, stories which we will unravel for you. Fun fact, the Langezijds is a pretty big building, but it only has 2 floors. Upstairs were all of the expensive laboratories and downstairs were the offices. And why? Safety. Because if something were to go wrong in those laboratories upstairs and there would be an explosion, the energy would go outwards to the building and keep the people safe downstairs. But to offer enough space, the building had to be stretched out quite a lot. And this brought along some other problems. Because it was the age before email, and messages sometimes had to be sent via physical post. So if I were here and I wanted to send a message to over here, you would run into difficulties, because if you would have a speed delivery, people needed to get there quick. There was one solution, using scooters. So people brought in their own scooters and drove throughout the entire building to deliver speed messages, but also just ordinary mail to everyone here. Science was dangerous back in the days. But science is also fun. And people that worked here and studied here have a very nice saying about that. Because they also describe the building as big, as cold, as made out of concrete. And they're right. But what they also said is very important, is that it was warm. Warm by the people that worked here. Warm by the activities that were organized. By drinks, by parties, by playing soccer during the break. And that is something that prevailed. People worked together. People enjoyed themselves here in this building. But there is also a more shady story when we look at this building. Back in the days when the study program was still new, there were very little students, and that caused some financial problems. So the Employee Association had a great solution. What if we can earn some extra money by selling some stuff? So they thought, what if we buy a lot of alcoholic drinks in large amounts and then sell them for a bargain to all of the people that study and work here? And it worked. For multiple years, they had their own store opened here for people living at the campus, working around here to buy drinks. Of course, at some moment, people started to notice this, and it was forbidden, and they were closed. But it's one of the more shady stories of Langezijds. But now the building is empty. In 2003, the Chemical Science Department moved to the Hoge Kamp to work together with applied physics. And ever since then, it has seen no life. But only once, because there was a party organized by Basic Grooves, and ever since then, it's been like this. But don't be sad, because there is now a bright future planned for the Langezijds. Because in the next couple of weeks, we're going to refurbish and restructure the building, and it's going to look like this. It's going to be the new home of the ITC faculty, and it's going to bring people together once again and have that warm, collaborative vibe. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It's the first in a pretty big series about the history of the buildings at the university. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, watch the upcoming episodes, because there's going to be a lot more untold stories for you.